Hi there, I'm just going to explain how to do the number of the day page. So today I picked the number 21, so I wrote it up top, and then I filled in all the little gray boxes with the number 21. And I'll just go through each box and kind of talk about what we're supposed to do. So if we look in the first box on the upper left-hand side, we'll see 21 plus 10. So I'm just adding 10 to our number of the day. So I know that's 31, so I will write it here. Then I go down and I do 21 minus 10, so that's 11. I'm going to jump over to the next box that's immediately next to this one. What number is the arrow pointing to? So if we look at this, it's a number line. We have 0 on one side and we have 21 on the other. And this one would be tricky. It wouldn't be easy to do with, this is something that they start to learn in grade 3. And in this case, I'll break it down a bit here for you. So we have 0, halfway between 0 and 21 is where the arrow is. So what you're doing is you're figuring out what's half of 21. So with 21, you can break it into 20 and 1. Half of 20 is 10. And then half of 1, you can either put 0.5 or you can put 10 and 1/2. If this is something that's really difficult, I would pick numbers for your child that are even rather than odd. And when they start to get that, then that's something that you can work on, is learning how to half odd numbers. All right, I'm going to go down to solve the equation. So in this case, we have 21 plus 40 is equal or the same as 20 plus an unknown number. So the first thing I have to do is solve 21 and 40. So 21 and 40, I know 20 and 40, or 2 10s and 4 10s make 6 10s or 60. And then I have the 1 that I have to add on. So I'm going to add my 1. That gives me 61. So whatever happens over here has to be equal to 61. So I have 20, but I need to know what goes in this blank space. So 61, so I can either subtract 20. You might want to use a number line or another strategy. If that's something you need help with, then I can do another video later. So again, I have 6 10s minus 2 10s. 10s aren't going to affect the 1s. The 1's going to stay the same because I have 0 here, so I'm going to just stick that 1 right in. I have 60 minus 20, or 6 10s minus 2 10s. That gives us 4. So I have 41. So 41 plus 20 is the same as 21 plus 40. All right, so we're going over to the next box. Solve one or more of these equations. So in this case, I crossed out a number of the day plus blank equals 20 because my number is more than 20, and we are not working with negative numbers at this time. If I look at the next one, 21 plus 100, this would probably be the easiest one or the most reasonable one to do with this number. So again, I can think of it in terms of tens. I can think of it as using a number line, and I can count up. In this case, I am going to just jump to a blank space, and I'll do that. So I want to get to 100, and I am at 21. So I can do it this way. So I'm going to add 9. Sometimes we need to focus on how big that jump is and try to make the jumps the right size. Like bigger jumps have bigger bumps, but we're not going to worry about that today. So I'm adding 9 because that makes it 30. And it's a lot easier to jump by tens, to count by tens, than it is by when it ends in 0 than when it ends in 1. So now I'm going to just do my jumps. Now I already know if I add 20, that's going to give me 50. And if I'm at 50, well, I know I need another 50 to get to 100. Once I do that, I add these up. So 50 and 20, so 5 10s and 2 10s is 70. I'm going to write it up here. And then I'm going to add 9. So my answer is 79. I'll go back here. So I'm going to write 21 plus 79 equals 100. Now, if you were to use a number that, if you were going 3-digit numbers, like you were going to do 212, then obviously you would jump to the next one. I can do this 21 plus an unknown number equals 1,000. I could do that. It's not necessary. That's why it says solve one or more. It's just for those who would like a challenge. Okay, I'm going down here where it just says complete. It's 21 plus 21, which is doubling. So I know 2 and 2 is 4. And in this case, this is 10, so that's 40. And then 1 and 1 is 2. So I add those together to give me 42. Now we look at this number line. This jump and this jump are the same size. So we knew this was 21. This jump here is also 21. So again, it's doubling. It's going to be the same answer here. Just gives you another way to think about it. And so I would put in 42. Now we're down to the bottom, showing coins. So this is where we're thinking about money. So if I'm doing 21, now I know we don't have pennies anymore. Sometimes we still talk about them sometimes, and we still would use them. But so you can use a 1 cent if you'd like, and then 2 10-cents. And you can do, if you want to do pictures of boats and things to show what a dime looks like, or maybe you want to practice with actual change, that might be a good way of doing it. So I know 10 and 10 is 20, plus 1 is 21, so that'd be 21 cents. Now in bills, I can just draw $20 bill plus, and I don't have to do the plus, I can do my $1 loonie, my coin. And that's how you complete the number of the day sheet.